Gramps, where are we going today?
Glendale, my youth.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean to Montrose.
Okay, so then we're gonna see your first house. Cool.
We only lived there maybe 3 months.
Really?
Just started school for a week or two, and then we moved in. This is in the 6th grade, and then we moved to Oregon. And I went to the 6th grade in Oregon, in Ashland.
Oregon?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know you lived in a different state.
And we had a horse. My dad bought an old horse. It had been a plow horse, and it was crippled, or not crippled, but it had some kind of damage to its ribs or something, so it couldn't pull plow anymore. It was big, huge. One time we went riding. I think we were riding bareback. So the horse started trotting really fast, and I turned around to my sister and said, "Hang on," and she wasn't there, and she'd slid right off the back of the horse.
How far back was she?
She wasn't hurt. Oh, she was way back, 50 yards behind. Is there a house in the back? Up above? Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think. Boy, they've really changed it. There was a big pepper tree.
There was a big pepper tree.
And they've modernized it. Yep, that's it. Because I remember that.
The Sanders live there now.
Well, the front window there that sticks out. But like next door was all vacant lot. All behind it was a vacant lot.
Yeah.
All around was a vacant lot. And there was a big tree in the back that my dad built a swing for us. And there was a neighbor girl. Are you kind of filming this? Neighbor girl named Nancy Vandermeer, and she was missing a finger.
Oh.
I was like 6, she was 8, and her dad had slammed the car door and cut off her finger.
Oh my God.
Not on purpose.
Well, I should hope not.
When she lived in one of these houses here. Oh, and the other thing that was interesting was across the street there were these 2 real bad boys about my age, the Cooper kids.
The Cooper kids.
And they were kind of mean. And one time I went over to their house, and they actually had a dirt floor. There was no, and it had a dog, and there was dog poop. I remember in the living room there was dog poop on the floor.
Did you say anything to them?
No.
Like, why don't you have a floor?
Where's your floor?
Where's your floor?
It was just they didn't have much money, and they built the house without a floor. And this was kind of a big park. It was like a picnic area. All in here. It was like more of a formal picnic area than it is now. I know me and my friends, there was some company picnic, and we snuck in and got food and ice cream and stuff until they caught us and kicked us out. And we used to walk and hike back in here, all the time.
Did you guys ever get up to any trouble other than stealing from company picnics?
I can't think of anything else we did. Oh, yes. Came home from school one time. I was with some older kids. And so I was in, we'll say, 1st grade or 2nd grade. And they were 5th or 6th graders. And we stopped in this big field with all the, grass in it. Dried grass, because it was summer, or October maybe. And they were smoking. And then the grass caught on fire. And
oh,
it
no.
started to spread, and we took off our coats and beat it out. I was not smoking, I want to make that clear. It was this house. And we were walking around, and there was a well. I don't know.
What? Wait, what happened in that house?
And there was a well, and we looked in the well, and I don't know if we pulled it up or how we found it, but somebody had drowned a bunch of kittens.
Oh, God!
Maybe you don't want to put that in.
Yeah, I'm taking that out. Katie doesn't need to hear about it. The one story Katie does not want recorded.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I can remember one day there was really heavy rains and we were walking to school, and this street that we're on now had all washed out. All the pavement had washed out from the water coming flooding down this street. And there were big sinkholes, like 6 feet deep.
Did anyone fall in one?
No. Another story about the school is I skipped kindergarten. My mother taught me to read, so I didn't go to, when they enrolled me in first grade when I was 5 instead of kindergarten. And I was kind of scared.
Mm-hmm.
Because there wasn't preschool either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. And so when I had to go to the bathroom, I was kind of afraid to go to the boys' bathroom with all those big kids. So I went over to a corner in this play yard and was peeing against the wall, and it turned out it was right outside the principal's office.
Oh no!
So they called me into the principal's office, and I told them I don't know what I told them, but anyway, they were nice. They weren't nasty to me, and they showed me where the little boys' room when it was, so that didn't happen again.
Do you think we could sneak in if we wanted to?
We met. I don't know. It looked pretty. Let's try.
So why were you always moving so frequently, Gramps?
Well, we're not sure, but we think my mother was going through the changed life, and she kept being unhappy with the homes.
Oh, interesting.
So we lived, let me see, probably 6 homes between first grade and middle school.
It must have been tough.
Let's see, you'd seen 2. Some of them I didn't have to, it was the same school. No, let's see, I only went to, actually I went to 4 elementary schools when you think about it. This is where I walked into school. I remember that. And I remember my classroom was the first one on the left.
Do you think it was harder on you or on your sister, all the moving around?
Probably me, I guess, because
Yeah.
I'm more shy, so I didn't make and my sister was more outgoing than me, so maybe that's why I'm not as outgoing as she used to be. I think my heart's still pounding from that adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm recording right now. If you want to tell any stories.
No, I just wondered if you took pictures of them.
Oh, I have video.
I'll show you where I peed if I can. You definitely want to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now in my memory, the wall was this high.
Oh
It
my.
was right over in there. That was the principal's office. I don't know if it is now. I went here in the first grade and second grade.
Really?
So I'm taking a little trip.
We're doing a little tour.
Amazing to see the changes, huh?
Computer lab.
It's very nice that they're just letting us wander around this elementary school.
Lincoln, the school is Lincoln, so I guess they call themselves the Lincoln Lion.
That would make sense. Good alliteration. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We don't want to lock ourselves out accidentally.
Not too
Here, you try getting back in, and if you can't get back in, nah.
So yeah, I can remember. I don't think I'm sure those buildings weren't there,
Yeah.
but I remember playing out here.
I'm holding it with my foot if you want to take a
Oh.
look, Grapes. Bring back old memories?
Yeah. Another memory was I remember when we were playing one time, and there was an owl in one of the trees up in there. And we actually could see it
Oh.
sitting on the branch. He was hooting and
We're already basically trespassing.
pushing our luck.
Yeah. Oh, so this is the front entrance?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's where I came through the school to class. But I think my classroom was here.
Yeah. Oh, over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I can remember getting a bike for Christmas, and it was kind of too big for me. I had trouble riding it, but I remember my dad pushing me up and down Mills Avenue, teaching me to ride the bike. And another memory of that street that sticks out is my dad, who was kind of mild-mannered, and I never really saw him get mad, but there were some teenage kids that had kind of a hot rod, and they were driving up and down Mills Avenue real fast. My dad ran out there, and he just, no profanity, but he really gave them heck about doing that.
What would he
Yeah, we're little
say
kids.
instead of profanity?
I never heard it. Oh, yes, I did. I heard him swear once.
What'd he say?
He hit it. He was in the yard, and he was in the shop, and he hit his finger with the hammer, and he said, "Damn."
Whoa.
Yep,
That's
the only
it?
swear word I ever heard my dad say.
Did you ever swear in
Now,
front
this
of your
was
dad?
No, our mother either. This was all vacant lot here.
Wow.
We walked through it. This is the vacant lot. This would have been the vacant lot where the smoking boys started the fire. Okay, now you get an idea how far my mother and father expected us to walk, because now we've driven 4 or 5 blocks
Yeah.
from Mills, from New York Avenue, the street that we walked up to go to school. Well, Anne then didn't start school.
Did you like being an older brother? Or do you? I mean, you're still an older brother.
Yeah, I guess so. Never thought about it.
Do you think Dad likes being an older brother?
Oh, huh. God, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's better to be the oldest kid, don't you?
Sometimes.
Okay, we're still walking.
We're still walking.
Not as big as that big one, but as big as the next one. That's nice. My sister and I inherited it when we sold it.
You would spend time here when you didn't want to go to the frat?
Yeah, I'd get sick of the, I don't know.
Messy boys.
Rules. I don't know. The house overall looks nice.
Yeah.
We used to have a water slide on this lawn. Me and Ron and Aaron slide down it.
That's fun.
And we had lots of family. Are you recording this? There's lots of family Christmases up here with Ron and Aaron and Donnie and Brad and Tracy.
Yeah.
And then Donna and I got married right out of just after I graduated, so I never really lived there, except sometimes. And then I used to, after my dad died, I'd go once a week, and we went down to that wash, and that's when I gathered pollywogs. There's probably hundreds of pollywogs there. Maybe not, probably a month ago there would have been thousands, millions.
Wow.
What was I saying? Oh, well, after my dad died, then I would go once a week up and have dinner with my mother. First she'd cook, and then we'd go after she got tired of cooking, so then we'd go out. And then she got where she didn't like to go out, so we'd order in. And then she just kind of got where she wasn't eating anything.
Wow. You go by yourself?
Yeah.
That's nice of
Everybody was
you.
pretty faithful about going once a week.
She must have appreciated that.
I think, yeah. My sister said she was kind of the highlight, because she didn't get out. At that point, she'd gotten so weak she didn't want to go out. Things.
I bet she was very proud of you, Gramps.
I don't know. she never mentioned it. That's why I tell Katie and Ron and Aaron and you, I'm proud of you.
Did your dad go to college?
No. My dad, this is interesting. My dad, I've seen the report card. After 8th grade, he had almost all A's and a few B's. And the teacher said, Johnny's a really, my dad's name is John. Johnny was a really good student. And it and all through elementary. We all brought our lunch and we all sat around and made fun of each other, basically. I like this. Buddy told me, Taylor said to me, he said, I had
Oh, that's a sick bird.
no, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Right, but it wasn't here.
Uh-huh.
It was located on the same campus as the high school.
Okay.
So they built this after. I'm
Gotcha.
going to turn right. My paper route.
Paper route? Cool.
Require me to work. Accidentally, so mostly naked. They grabbed me and threw me outside, right outside that door over there, and left me there naked
Gramps.
for about, I don't know, half a minute, and then they let me come back in. But that
Did anyone see
kind
you?
of traumatic. These buildings are all new.
They're very big. This feels like a very big high school.
I think the football stadium's on the other side.
Oh, there's the baseball field.
Yeah, this is probably what it looks like. Yeah. I don't have anything, I'm just wondering. Oops.
So you're saying you were happier in high school than you were in middle school?
Yeah. I also had a basketball hoop over the garage, which was right there. And I had a big backyard. And one of the 10 most memorable things of my childhood was one day my dad came home and I was out in the backyard and he got out of the car, which was parked in the driveway there, and he says, "I have a surprise for you." And he opened his jacket and there's a little puppy. That was Tippy, my little dog Tippy that I loved. And I wanted a dog so badly. And it was so, I still remember how excited I was to see Tippy's little head peeking out from the flap of the jacket, the fold of the jacket.
What kind of
That
dog
was
was
really
he?
special. It was we called her a wire-haired terrier mix. She wasn't the prettiest dog in the world. Because she had kind of wiry hair and multicolors, medium size.
Was she a good dog?
Yep. But I went in the army and she kind of went downhill when I left because she was my dog.
Oh, that's sad.
And she missed me. A friend named Gene Simmons. No, not Simmons.
Not Gene Simmons?
No.
You didn't live next to Gene Simmons?
Gee, I don't know. Huh, well, we found it.
We did it.
It's kind of ugly.
It had a weird stone statue of Marilyn Monroe in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, it was similar to that.
It looks like that one.
With white and with that.
Okay. What's it like seeing it again?
Well, it just brings back that great memory
Of the pupper?
of the puppy, the Tippy.
Did Anne like Tippy?
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom?
Tippy, when I thought my mom was mean to me, I'd go out. Tippy had her yard in the back. And I'd go lay on the ground with Tippy and we'd commiserate with her.
Your mom was mean to you?
Well, she was kind of nasty and crabby and critical. Not a very happy person.
That must have been tough. How about your dad?
He was just a nice, quiet, kind of funny, easygoing. He was a milkman, but he was a good salesman. When they had contests to have him sell more of something, he would win.
Wow.
And he was also smart. The milkmen had to do their own books. You deliver milk, you deliver 3 bottles, pound of butter. You'd have to keep track. And then at the end of the month, you had to prepare the bills to the customer. And some of the milkmen didn't like to do it. And my dad was good at it, so he'd do the other. He'd get paid for it. But he'd do the other guy's books.
How do you deal with your mom when she was being nasty?
I never heard either one of them yell at each other, raise their voice. but there were times where they wouldn't speak. There'd be those, even only if, pass the salt. That was about, and there'd be 2 or 3 or 4 days they'd go where we knew they'd had a fight about something and they weren't speaking. And then it would gradually thaw.
Mm.
Well, I never heard any raised voices.
What do you think they would get in arguments about, or tiffs?
I have no idea. They were, my mother came at one time, her family had money, and my dad was a milkman.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't make a ton of money. This is my elementary school. Those buildings weren't there. This is all playground here. And one thing I remember, first I was trying out, or we were having a practice for our church basketball team when I was probably about 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a shot from about 20 feet when I couldn't believe it because I could barely throw it that far. The basketball court was right in this corner.
Oh yeah.
It's there with the, see that where the basketball is?
Yeah.
It's sitting there. That's what they had hoops at each end.
Mm-hmm.
This building here, my best friend in 7th grade was Willie Fairbanks. He lived in that building.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good athlete. He's one of the 2 best athletes in 7th grade.
Wow.
In the summer after 7th grade, he got polio, and he ended up paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow, that's awful.
And I saw him once or twice after that. But he eventually was on the Olympic paraplegic basketball team, wheelchair basketball team. So he got to travel around, do that, taking you to the wrong house. I'm saving this one.
And how old were you when you were there?
That one there, I was probably 5th grade, 4th grade. Not that one. I'll bet it's been torn down.
This is a very pretty plant.
This is where it was,
Yeah.
but it's gone. It was just a real plain little white frame house. Take you to the top of Adams Hill. That was Princeton. You said Dartmouth.
Yeah. Yale.
Yale. Where's Harvard?
Cornell.
Cornell.
Schofield.
Well, that doesn't fit in.
Yeah, it broke the pattern a bit.
Isn't that a neat house? I mean, look at that. And then the where the high cathedral type windows are, that was the living room, the end of the living room. And we had the piano out in that area. And I took piano lessons.
I didn't know you took piano lessons, Gramps.
For 5 years. Can't play a thing. And that was a vacant lot where that modern home is. What else? Howard Menzel lived over here.
Howie Menzel.
And where you see the other, the balcony. Well, this was during World War II. We lived here. I used to pretend I was on, like in the helm of a ship up in that area there.
Yeah.
And in the backyard, which was all vacant, I dug foxholes, and played army.
This is your favorite?
With my friends. Yeah, this is beautiful. Had 3 bedrooms. I don't remember the baths. Probably only had 1 bath. It had a dining area and a formal dining room.
Wow. So did you always know you were going to join the army?
No. I did it because I'll tell you this story. I wanted to go to Santa. Remember I told you about the girlfriend that went to Santa Barbara, the 2 girls I knew.
Yeah.
So they encouraged me to go to Santa Barbara. So I applied after I finished 2 years of college, and I got in. Well, that was no big deal, but my folks wanted me to stay home and live at home and go to UCLA, and I didn't want to do that. And in those days, they had to draft anyway, so you were going to have to go in either go to college and finish and then go in the army, and I decided no, I'll go in the army now for 2 years, and then try to save my money
Mm-hmm.
and you know, live away from home when I finish college. So that's what I did. I volunteered my draft number
Mm-hmm.
and went in, and then I ended up, because of Roger, going to USC, which was one of the best decisions I've made. It's a cute house, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then a friend, I don't remember his name, I played here in this yard a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all vacant. Both these, that whole lot.
Wow.
Oh, there's somebody behind me. So, I guess that's it. Oops.
Of all the like neighborhoods you lived in, which was your favorite? Like where
Well,
you
I
had
guess-
other kids to play with and
I
stuff?
guess I liked on Stanley Avenue, I guess the one we went to, where I
What?
drove up in the driveway a little ways.
Uh-huh.
Told you the story about the car breaking down in the driveway.
Yeah.
There, because there were a bunch of, there were some girls up the street that had, it wasn't a pool, but it was one of the things that the Army used, those great big tanks that are they're about 6 feet high and 20 feet wide,
Okay.
and it's full of water, so we went there and played a lot and swam.
You did a lot of
And
swimming.
it, for a guy that can't swim very good. And this is John Mueller.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever came through the front door. And I went to Chevy Chase Baptist Church.
Okay.
We're on Chevy Chase, pretty famous street. in Glencoe.
Are you a fan of Chevy Chase?
Yeah, well, of his early days.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna go by Maple Park. We used to have, there's pictures of Ron and Aaron swimming in the little pool at Maple Park.
Hmm. Good old dad.
What is your schedule? I was thinking we'd stop someplace for lunch.
That sounds good to me.
And my sister went back to Nebraska and left me home because I had a job. And so I had a big, they were supposed to arrive Sunday night back from Nebraska. So I had a big party Saturday night. Really messed up the house. And
Gramps.
I thought I'd have all day to clean it up. But my folks came home about 3 in the morning. And it was awful. You know, we hadn't cleaned up at all. So there was all these empty glasses and empty beer cans and spilled stuff on my mother's fancy dining table and trash on the floor. And I was in big trouble.
What was your punishment?
I don't remember. They sort of blamed my friend Romer for
Romer?
talking me into having the party. And I was very, what's the word, recalcitrant? Very,
Recalcitrant. That's a good word.
very ashamed and embarrassed.
Did you let Romer take the fall?
Yep.
Romer. Is that like Homer?
So I kind of did the same thing as Kelsey.
Did Kelsey let somebody take the fall?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I had the party the way Kelsey did. And had a bunch of kids over.
Yeah, but yours didn't take how much? Two fire engines and
And
Four police.
Three police cars or whatever it was. Yeah, there were no police involved. I'd rather the police than my mother. I think I'm kind of sad to see all the changes that have been made to Glendale.
Yeah.
Now it's become such a quaint little town, and now it's just, you know, has all the shops and fancy restaurants and all of, what do they call them? Do they trade names? And then let's see, one of the houses we lived in has been changed, so it's really ugly. has been torn down.
Yeah.
But my favorite is still beautiful, I think.
Yeah, it was a really great house.
And
Also sucks that your paper route got interrupted by a freeway.
I would have lost what I have.
A lot of customers.
I had like 125 customers, and I would have lost 30 or 40 of them, I guess.
I guess so.
And they split La Crescenta with the freeway too.
Yeah.
So it made it hard to find a little house.
It's also interesting how much bigger the schools have gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say both of them are probably 3 times as big.
Yeah.
And I wonder if, because we had 1,900 in my high school class, 600 in my class.
Mm-hmm.
I would doubt that the population and the number of high school students has increased as much as the number of square feet, anywhere near as much.
Yeah.
Same with that Lincoln Middle School. Well, Lincoln, that could be because there's been a lot more, like I said, behind my house was all vacant lots. Now it's all built up, now all homes.
That's true. Well, I liked seeing all the places where you grew up.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
A lot to think about.
Where are we getting off here?
I
This is
would
West-
guess now we're back in Hollywood. Sunset's good to get off on. I should have told you to get off on Santa Monica because of traffic. That's my fault.
That's that?
That's I think Santa Monica. But the next one's Sunset. That's a good one.